It was a terrorist attack on home soil. 2 police officers and an innocent man gunned down just weeks before Christmas. An inquest is about to start, examining what authorities knew about the killers and what, if anything, could have been done to prevent the Weeambilla siege.
Both males, both arms, both discharging rounds towards white side.
We begin with breaking news: an unfolding emergency situation in the Western Downs.
Homegrown terror aimed at our officers in blue.
Both males are down beside the couch and still with weapons pointing right side. The female unsighted. The shots fired, further shots fired.
Melissa, you were about to present the 6 p.m. news when this shooting ambush unfolded. What had you first heard about it?
Well, look, it was about, 5:30. We're getting ready to read the bulletin when everything is pretty much set, and then all of a sudden this big news came in that something had happened way out west, a shooting of some kind. Let's just get into the newsroom, and as the news was progressing, all this information was coming through.
By the end of the news bulletin, 2 officers were dead, a neighbour also shot down, another 2 officers fighting for their lives.
That was just the beginning. It was in those continuing hours and the days that unfolded from that so much more came out about this story, and it really was mind-blowing.
The murderous train trio set a trap and lay in wait before police came looking for Nathaniel Train after a missing person report was filed in New South Wales. Religious extremists who were set on killing. Constables Rachel McCrow and Matthew Arnold ambushed as soon as they walked into the property. Neighbour Alan Dare shot dead on the road.
But it just felt like they went forever. And it was gunshots, it was, and then not unusual around here, no.
Alan's wife of 26 years, Kerry, told A Current Affair at the time Alan had gone to investigate.
After the gunshots, there was a lot of black smoke and explosions, and we presumed that there was a house on fire and that it was close.
The siege ending when tactical police stormed the property, taking out the 3 cop killers. Now an inquest will investigate exactly what authorities knew.
Did New South Wales Police know more about who they were asking the Queensland Police to check up on? I mean, how did that happen? But it was also at that time, it was in COVID. There were border lockdowns.
It will all be detailed in Nine's new podcast, The Ultimate Sacrifice, by presenter Melissa Downs and producer Jess Lodge.
So how did what should have been a routine call-out turn into Queensland's deadliest police shooting? There are still many questions, and now a coronial inquest has been launched in an attempt to find some of those answers. Here, these 3 cop killers who had been teachers, one a principal. How on earth did they get down this path, this rabbit hole, to become such radicalised conspiracy theorists? In the twilight, this army of blue responded. This squad of heavily armed, specially trained police swarmed the property.
The inquest will be heard here at the Brisbane Supreme Court starting at the end of the month. It will investigate if the Queensland Police response was adequate both during the massacre and before it, with news gunfire had been heard in the area and reported to police in the days before the shooting killings.
How do you think you'll face the inquest? You said you want to be there every day.
I will be there every day, with or without tears.
The Ultimate Sacrifice, it's a retelling of what happened out in Weeambilla in December 2022, and we've really just collated all of that incredible reporting that happened in the days and weeks and even years since.
The podcast will drop weekly episodes throughout the 4-week inquest.
There's a really heavy level of responsibility to the families, to the victims, in telling a story like this.
4 officers went in that day, only 2 came out. They were safe, but now others would put their lives on the line.
The inquest will hear from the surviving officers and the loved ones of the victims, a search for answers to ensure it never happens again.
to have that information that we've only been given snippets of. Hopefully it will answer questions because, you know, as the police union president has said, the families deserve the answers.
And the first 2 episodes will be released on Monday.